Excuse me, may I have your attention, please? The Honorable Minister has arrived. Can you please kindly take your seats, everyone? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Shri Nehal Chand Meghwal ji, Minister of State of Ministry of Panchayati Raj, Ms. Stuti Kakkar, Chairman of the Committee on Water and Human Development, former Secretary, Department of Disability Affairs, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Dr. Arvind Kumar, President, India Water Foundation, Member, Meghalaya Water Resources Council, Dr. S.K. Sharma, former Member, Central Groundwater Board and Principal Advisor, India Water Foundation, also the Principal Trainer for this workshop. I welcome you all to the valedictory session of the two-day national workshop on uses and applications of hydrogeomorphological mapping for groundwater prospects and linkages. This training workshop has garnered a lot of appreciation and positive response from participants and attendees. And the 2 days of deliberations that we have seen, I now request Dr. S.K. Sharma to please come forward and share with us the outcomes of the deliberations of the 2 days. Dr. Sharma, please.
Welcome and good afternoon, everybody. At this stage, we welcome Honorable Union Minister to the valedictory function. We are thankful to you, sir, indeed, to have agreed to our request to be with us on this occasion. Before we really talk about the outcome of the 2 days deliberations, I would like to just make a brief, give you the background of this program. The India Water Foundation, the organizers of this national workshop, is in fact a key resource center of Union Ministry of Drinking Water Supply and Sanitation, who was given the responsibility of holding training programs in 12 states to train the engineers of the PhD departments of states about the application and use of hydrogeomorphological maps in source location and locating source sustainability structures as recharging sites to help develop and promote drinking water supply sources and supplies. And hence, the IWF have completed this program in 12 states to train the engineers who are engaged in this program of developing rural drinking water supply for habitations. And we have a feedback from the 12 states in the form of outcome of the learning. And also, we organized 2 days workshop for the benefit of the other states who joined us here and other ministries also with a view to develop a sort of linkages and convergence of using these maps more widely and fruitfully. In other countries, the use of hydrogeomorphological map is being made for many purposes. In our country, it is only being made for two purposes: for locating water points as borehole sites and for locating groundwater recharging structures. Whereas in other countries, there are other uses to which the use of these maps is being put to. The full potential of these maps, which are prepared by the use of the satellite imageries, has not been tapped. So with a view to develop a mechanism whereby other ministries can also make use of this map, which is being prepared by National Remote Sensing Center, Department of Space, by spending a lot of money, all others should also make fruitful use of this technology. The remote sensing and the GIS technology has gone into making such maps. We have got feedback from the states. We have also discussed threadbare these 2 days. We had also the advisories from senior union ministers yesterday in the inaugural session. We have taken note of those advices in the form of follow-up suggestions to be adopted in various departments and ministries. Before we really go forward, I will just like to first tell about HGMs. What is the perception about? Conclusively, we may be inclined to make some statements about the applicability and use of these HGMs, so-called groundwater prospect maps. These maps are undergoing a renaissance with geomorphology proving to be cross-cutting discipline, integrating academics and professional applications. There has been definitely a positive impact of the application and use of the HGMs in groundwater prospections as reflected through feedback of formative training which has been found satisfactory. This training was only of formative type and not the summative type. In formative training, only learning advisory has been given in these 2 days workshop and training program in the states. People were made familiarized about the application and the use of the maps. People were also taught how to read these maps to help them to locate water points on the ground, how to locate recharging structures. In 2 days, and we have a feedback from most of the states that there should have been summative training. The summative training means that there should be training related to workplace training. People should have been conducted to the field on sites with the map to show them how to locate with the use of these maps the borehole sites. There are many indicators which help to locate a particular point. 5 factors or 10 indicators, but of those 10 indicators, how many are the optimal for a particular location? Maybe 3 indicators may be sufficient to locate a site. And which factor has a more weightage to locate a water point in different geological, morphological, and terrains. So everybody was in favor of not, in addition to theoretical, this should have been more practical. People should have been conducted to the field sites and as an excursion tours. This re-emergence of geomorphic maps to support groundwater prospect map is a direct result of the proliferation of spatial data, satellite imageries, digital elevation models, and the IT systems. Beyond the given exclusive use of these maps in targeting groundwater potential areas, there are other areas where these maps can be put to, where other ministries can also be associated, like Ministry of Environment, Agriculture, and Water Resources. These maps are variously being used in developing rural drinking water supply in the states, but southern states which are coterminous with National Remote Sensing Service Center, Hyderabad, Department of Space, they are relatively better placed in making use of these maps. They have a better knowledge and familiarization with such maps than the northern states. The other states also need to catch up fast to improve success rate of drinking water sources and their sustainability. The ultimate end purpose is that the success rate of the borehole sites, tubewell sites located with the use of these maps should be improved. Currently, the success rate is variously 70 to 90% in different states. But why not this should be 100%? Why should there be a failure at all? Again, in these maps, the water quality data is not depicted. So the engineers of the PhD had a suggestion that immediately the National Remote Sensing Center and the state remote sensing centers should incorporate a layer whereby they can also have access to read the water quality status of their areas. That point is also noted down. Other uses which the India Water Foundation have suggested yesterday, and today we discussed it threadbare, is the quantification of the groundwater discharge to the streams. The stream aquifer interaction. At some places, groundwater is feeding to the stream. At some stretches, the stream feeds the groundwater. Their interaction studies per se have not been done either by Central Water Commission or by Central Groundwater Board. Second, the hydrogeomorphological classification have a great potential for vegetation mapping in the river basins, whereby Forest Department can chip in. Estimation of the flood prone and flood hazard areas. This is yet another field. Then mapping and classifying wetlands. You see, wetlands have been totally ignored in the country. Though National Remote Sensing Service Center has prepared an atlas of the wetlands for all the states. Many of you people may be knowing and some may not be knowing it. Wetland maps with the use of the satellite images have been prepared for all the states. And these wetlands are carrying a very vital satellite imagery information as color composites, which are exclusive images for aquifer mapping for any type of uses. They are readily available on in the website of the National Remote Sensing Service Center. So wetland mapping, somewhere wetlands recharge groundwater, somewhere they get recharged from the surface water and the groundwater. Then another field is the management of the environmental flows, the minimum flows in the river for sustaining the biotic communities in the rivers. This is also an important field where environmental ministry is always remain concerned. Last, we have made suggestion about role of such maps in disaster management, such as landslides and snow avalanche fall. So these maps have a lot of potential, as we told, untapped, and these are the suggested 6 fields whereby other ministries can also join and take benefit in a convergence mode.